being shown here by Team Pilipinas, and that produces a turnover against Yevsigneyev. Medyo mahirap talaga i-pronounce ng mga pangalan ng mga players from Kazakhstan. Let's take a look at this again. Double dribble. Ayan po. A long rebound goes to Spet. He goes inside, all underneath, takes it out, extra pass, top of the key, a miss from the three-point area. Taulava gets the rebound.
Actually, good execution for the Kazakhstan team here in the early goings of this ball game. And it really depends on, again, how good their outside shooting will be tonight's ball game.
He's gone down on Ontiveros for three, no. So, a lot of business in the opening minutes for both teams.
Not much movement, for our team, San Miguel Team Pilipinas. As you saw, Don Ontiveros just hoist a three-pointer.
Ito, stress naman from Kazakhstan. And finally, the first basket of the ball game from Smith. Taulava, Kagiwa. Smith against two defenders, gets the first basket para sa San Miguel, Team Pilipinas.
It's actually our strength, putting the ball on the floor and making situations for themselves and, of course, their teammates that time. Kagiwa showing that I don't think he's sick today.
And another tray, mid-test for Kazakhstan. Philippines, no floating zone at the start of the ball game. Here's the pull-up by J.J. Helderbrand. Wala rin, natulak din Don Ontiveros. Walang tawag. Here's Kazakhstan on their fast break, but good transition defense para sa ating Team Philippines. They move the ball around. Cross-court pass from the outside. That is short, and kalawit rebound para kay Mark Kagiwa. Iwan na magbaba ng bola, crossover dribble. He lost possession, but he dives for the loose ball. And the jump ball situation. Natin kung kanina yung possession arrow. And this is the senior statesman of Kazakhstan checking in. Ayan po si Mark Kagiwa after losing the leather. And Tumaypa. Great hustle being shown by Mark Kagiwa, playing out of Barangay Ginebra, of course, in the PBA.
Richard, you mentioned yung si Korovnikov, number 15, the elder statesman, is in the ballgame right now.
Here's Don Ontiveros. Jab step, goes inside, challenges the interior defense, gets a foul. At mukhang dito kay Papa Bear. Kukuha itong foul. Korovnikov.
We're giving a lot, in terms of height, nakikita natin mas matatangkad ang mga kalaban natin, but we're a step quicker.
Oh yes.
This team na ginawa ni Coach Chot Reyes for the Philippines is really a quick team. You see Kelly Williams, who usually plays the 2 or 3 position, playing the 4 position most of the time dito sa tournament, because Coach Chot Reyes wants a quick team. And, yun naman talaga ang panlaban ng Pilipinas.
And Don Ontiveros gives the Philippines first taste of the lead, knocking in free throws. Sa rin po yung nakapukul ng mga crucial free throws sa endgame against Qatar last night. Inside they go to Korovnikov. Nice backdoor play.
Good set play na naman. Back-to-back ang pinapakita ng Kazakhstan sa atin.
High screen set up by Ati Taulava. Kick it out to Don Ontiveros at the corner against Korovnikov. Kelly Williams struggling to regain possession of that leather. Ito na ngayon si J.J. Helderbrand. Back to Williams. Intended pass dapat for Ati Taulava. Another turnover. That's the second turnover para sa ating Team Pilipinas.
Actually, a broken play already nung nakuha nito si Kelly Williams. But, of course, kahit sa mga broken play, dapat nakikita natin yung abilities ng ating players dito to make the most out of the situation.
Korovnikov. He goes inside, pulls up. Miss, pero offensive rebound. Another miss. Finally, Don gets the leather.
One of the problems we will have against this Kazakhstan team, Richard, baka yung rebounding, because they're usually taller than us by siguro 1 head.
Well,
lahat ng mga pwesto,
Ito rin yung problem natin dito sa tournament na to. Yesterday against Qatar, we gave up 20 offensive rebounds.
It can't be Ati Taulava alone. It has to be by committee. Yung 5 players on the floor trying to get those those defensive rebounds.
Another tray from the outside para dito sa Kazakhstan. You know, they're showing us their long-range bombs dito sa umpisa ng ating ball game. A relatively slow start para sa ating Team Pilipinas, unlike the past few ball games. Saan ang bilis at ang ganda kagad ng simula ng Team Pilipinas. Si Taulava missing on that putback. And here comes Kazakhstan again. Crossover dribble, nadulas. And that's a traveling violation. That is Biryulin, Diego Biryulin.
Looks like a slick part of the floor. No, wala naman talagang nangyari.
There, yes, nadulas lang talaga. Good call by the referee. Ito pong Kazakhstan, same start ang ginagawa nila dito, like what they did against Korea. And even if they're only 1-7 and at the bottom of the team standing, nagpapakita pa rin sila ng hustle dito because this is just in preparation for the main tournament sa Tokushima, yung FIBA Asia. And Dondon Ontiveros knocks down a 3. Makes it a 1-point lead for Kazakhstan. That's a 5th point para dito kay Dondon. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Nechev setting up the play for Kazakhstan. He gives it to set. And almost another offensive rebound dito para sa Kazakhstan. In the meantime, ito may timeout na tinawag with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Lamang po ang Kazakhstan 8-7. We'll be right back. Come back. First quarter action between our San Miguel Team Pilipinas and Kazakhstan. As we mentioned, ito pong ating Team Pilipinas off to a slow start in this ball game. Ontiveros, binigay kay Mcpinisi. Back to Ontiveros. He goes baseline once again. Williams, hook shot is no good, pero may sumabit.
Very active ito si Dondon Ontiveros para sa Team Philippines. At nakikita natin, yan ay yung naging pasa niya kay Kelly Williams, who gets the foul and took the free throw line.
And that's Karkaliev, new player para dito sa Kazakhstan, as Kelly Williams makes his first free throw. And those are the averages of Kelly Williams here in the competition.
Of course, it's far from the averages he has with the Santa Lucia team, pero hati-hati naman sila lahat dun sa oras dito sa Team Pilipinas. Ayun, unang lamang.
Pangalawang lamang na yan ng ating Team Pilipinas. The first lead was at 4-3. Inside-outside offense for Kazakhstan. Another open 3. And they knock it down. Para dito kay Korovnikov.
The Philippines is dedicated to playing the zone defense. Of course, we want to see them, whatever Coach Chot calls, dapat maganda pa rin ipakita nila.
Nice move there by Kelly Williams, taking it strong to the basket with a left-handed hook shot. And ties the count. Another perimeter jumper. Alam mo, maganda shooting dito mga Kazakh from the perimeter. At Mark Kagiwa gusto bumawi. Bang! Mark Kagiwa lighting it up from the outside.
And that's the strength of the Philippines. Yung penetration and the dish. So an open look for Mark Kagiwa.
4 points for Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Had 14 yesterday in limited time against Qatar. They go back inside. That's the best player of Kazakhstan, Anton Ponomarev. Inside at may foul na itatawag dito kay Mcpinisi. Anton Ponomarev. Ito po, he's around 6'10". He's only 19 years old.
Wow.
He's the best player dito sa Kazakhstan team.
And you've seen him, Richard, tumitira rin sa labas to. Tumitira na 3-point. And just right now, he got a foul off of Mcpinisi. Dead rin sa free throw line.
The first 2 points para kay Ponomarev. Dondon Ontiveros. Using the Kelly Williams screen. Diretso si Dondon. Layup na. Pero si Kelly Williams for the follow-up jam. And parang baliwala, dito kay Kelly Williams. Take a look at this again.
And here you see Dondon making everything. I'm sure Kelly Williams is thanking Dondon right now that he missed that shot. para nakuha niya. Napakagandang pinakita ni Kelly Williams with a follow-up slam.
Yeah, this is what Kelly Williams brings to this team. Energy, athleticism, speed. You know. And
not to mention, Richard, he was a late addition to this squad in the Jones Cup.
Nakompleto niya yung 3-point play. Alapag also in the ball game now para sa ating Team Pilipinas. They go inside. A miss by Isakov. There's Kagiwa. They set it up. Jimmy Alapag. Back to Big Pinisi. Kagiwa goes baseline. Kicks it out to Kelly Williams for 3. No. Long rebound to Biryulin. Nice spin move. And a hook shot. That was Yargaliev. On transition, Mark Kagiwa with a teardrop.
Nagkakabawian na dito. Pero on the other side, nakita natin yung ganda ng mga basic moves ng Kazakhstan. They're not only tall anymore, like they used to be like around 5 years ago. You've seen their potential to play really well.
At hindi sila awkward looking no? Kasi nga mga bata to no?
New generation na.
Oo, except for this guy. Isa na nga yung pinakamatanda. He's 31 years old, si Korovnikov. As you see, itong si Yevstikneyev checking back into the action. Papalitan muna si Papa Bear. Being the older guy there, kailangan mapay-pace mo yan. See the field goal percentage, almost the same. Ranidel de Ocampo, nasa loob na rin, takes a 3, goes closer. Almost losing the leather, binigay sa ilalim, but 3 seconds rin na tawag kay Asi Taulava.
This is a different look for Team Pilipinas, Asi Taulava and Ranidel de Ocampo at the same time on the floor, Pero usually makikita mo 4 lagi ang shooters ni Coach Chot Reyes dyan. Kasama ito si Ranidel de Ocampo, who we know can hit that outside shot.
Another backdoor play anticipated this time by Asi Taulava. Here's the sack by Team Pilipinas. Mark Kagiwa, teardrop. Alam mo, marami na siyang pinapaiyak dyan sa tira na yan, dito sa Jones Cup. Already 8 points for Marcus Park.
One of the most difficult shots to block. Very frustrating if you're the defense, but you'd be happy that Mark Kagiwa is on our side.
Romarev outside. Ito, they attack the paint once again. Dito ang ating referee. They halt play. Ito, another youngster, si Yargaliev. And I believe si Dondon Ontiveros sa matatawagan ng foul. Unang foul lamang yan para dito kay Dondon Ontiveros.
So, nangyayari yung breakdown, Richard, because we are respecting their outside shooting. And of course,
si Gabe Norwood, I saw on the bench siya yung hindi naka-line up dito for this game.
Pero ito, talagang respetado yung mga outside shooting as we see in the series. 11 points and 4 rebounds. Scouted guy para sa Kazakhstan.
Only 21 years old, just Yargaliev, another youngster. Asi Taulava, traveling. He landed with a basketball. Another turnover. Nagkakasunod-sunod na turnover dito ng Team Pilipinas. Already with 4 total. Dito pala sa first quarter.
Minsan ko lang masasabi to, pero si Asi Taulava was caught in the land of the giant.
Yan. Under a minute remaining. Biryulin. Binigay kay Yevstikneyev. Yevstikneyev shoots a 3. Nako, pumasok.
At hindi binabantayan ng Team Pilipinas at well, he makes the most out of the situation, gives the lead back to Kazakhstan.
You know, everybody has a license to shoot para dito sa Kazakh national team. Kagiwa isolated up top. 10 seconds remaining. Kagiwa, ilampasan lang yung kanyang defender. And wala na silang choice. Nobody can keep up when it terms to quickness dito kay Mark Kagiwa. I'm not just talking about this game, but even in the previous ball game, iba yung quickness.
That's right. No one can keep in step with that guy. He can go left, he can go right, he can pull up. He has so many moves. Ito si Mark Kagiwa. And for the other Asian nations to try to scout Mark Kagiwa, it's going to be a tough call for them.
As this is a tough jumper trained in by Mark Kagiwa. Desperation 3. Oh, almost. Mark the Spark Kagiwa ending things up here in the first quarter. and gives the Philippines a 1-point lead at the end of the first period.
2007 Jones Cup is brought to you by Vetrosin Gold, ang eksperto laban sa ubo, sipon at lagnat ng baboy sa loob ng 24 oras.
Outlast maintenance-free battery, 2 years warranty, produktong Pinoy.
Magkakasubukan. Magkakasukatan ng lakas at tatag ng loob. Syria, China, Lebanon, Pilipinas. PBA presents the Smart 4-Nation Manila Invitational.
Welcome back, and if you just joined us, you just missed the Mark Kagiwa show in the first quarter. He scored 10 points all the first quarter. At ito, binigay po ang lamang sa Team Pilipinas after the first period. Lead pass, Mark Kagiwa. Siya na rin po ang mag-uumpisa dito sa second quarter para sa Team Pilipinas.
Good news, ano, para sa Philippines. Maganda yung ating transition from defense to offense. Very quick points. Tatlo na ang lamang natin.
And another turnover forced by the defense. Ito naman, Kelly Williams is stopped. No foul is called. Napunta ulit kay Kelly Williams using his left hand. Wala pa rin. A lot of contact but no calls. It's a charge by Kazakhstan. They go inside. They get a basket. That's Yevstiknev. A quick turnaround. May foul pa.
Alam mo, against this Kazakhstan team, you cannot be caught sleeping. Ano, nakita mo, very quick yung sila nito mga players ng Kazakhstan. That's why they are still in the ballgame compared to the way we have scored our points, Richard, in the first quarter. Na pwede natin sabihin halos sariling sikap. Ano, si Mark Kagiwa, most of the points coming from him. And of course, what we want to see also is not only the individual talent, pero yung mga team play galing dito sa San Miguel Team Pilipinas.
Yes, ano naman si Mark Kagiwa. Kagiwa pulls up at mainit na mainit si Mark the Spark, putting up a show, making this stadium his virtual playground.
At habang mainit naman at 14 points ito si Mark Kagiwa, might as well give the ball to him. Ano?
Oo. Pinaglalaroan na lang niya. Lahat na bumabantay sa kanya dito. Take it out from the corner. Insist para kay Isakov. But ito na naman, another offensive try para dito sa Kazakhstan. Pick and roll play is not completed and Kelly Williams will get a loose ball. Here's Jimmy Alapag. Alapag gives it to Ranidel de Campo. Inside he goes to Eric Meng. Good pass coming from Ranidel to Eric Meng. Goes in a good, in a better scoring position.
Yes, very unselfish, ano, para sa mga Miguel Team Pilipinas. But incidentally, only 3 players have scored for our team, Richard. Kagiwa, Ontiveros, and Kelly Williams pa lang. Ano, Eric Meng might be, or he is, the 4th player to score. Ito na sa second quarter nangyari yun.
Kaya pinagpahinga muna to si Mark Kagiwa and James Yap. See action. 2 for 2 para dito kay Eric Meng. Now 5-point lead for Team Philippines.
Actually, the biggest lead.
Okay. They go back inside. Nomarev loses the letter. Another turnover. Here's Jimmy Alapag. Uy, masyado masikip. Pass intended for Kelly Williams.
A bit too selfish for Jimmy Alapag. Of course, we know he can finish that.
Selfish, no?
Oh, he could have finished that.
Ayun, no? Pero nakapik. Itong si Nomarev. Here's turnover by Team Philippines inside. Difficult layup para kay Isakov. Meron ng 4 points. Isakov.
They're really not known for their transition offense. I know it's a Kazakhstan team, but they're showing some flashes of brilliance.
Very patient in the offense. Ang Team Pilipinas doon, but I believe the traveling violation is called against Ranidel. Alright, that's Isakov. And charging inside is Yevstiknev. At ito delikado dito sa Kazakhstan. No? Nakita natin, ang dami na nga nilang tira sa labas na pumapasok ng 3-point line. But they can also break the ball down the floor and finish strong to the basket. Ang delikado kasi ang lalaki nito.
Yun na nga, yung malalaki nila is a bit quicker than our big men, Yung mga small natin, yung mga guards sa forwards, we are a bit quicker than them. So, nagte-trade off yung ating mga disadvantages and advantages of this ball game.
Nagsona na dito ang Kazakhstan. Tumira si James Yap. Bang! That's a zone breaker na binitawan nitong si James Yap.
Unang tira pala niya ito si James Yap, pasok agad.
Pawi naman kagad. Nobody's picking up this guy. He's Pet. Nakatatlo na yung 3-point basket si Pet. You have to recognize where the shooters are in transition. Jimmy Alapag. At James Yap. Ranidel. Alapag, pumasok sa loob. Binigay kay Ati Taulava is bumped. At natuhod itong player na si Yevstiknev. In that last play, bumangga pa naman dito kay Darak. Ayan, si Ati Taulava.
And you see the disparity in these two teams. Of course, the Kazakhstan team launching the ball from beyond the arc 13 times. Tayo, 4 times pa lang, and we've been pounding it inside, looking for the best available opportunity to score.
Ayun, sakit nun. Tuhod sa tuhod. 2 for 2 para dito kay Ati Taulava. Very persistent itong team ng Kazakhstan. I mean, yung standing nila betrays how good this team really is. Actually, sa Jordan, who's leading the tournament, they only lost by 2. That's how good they are. At ito talagang, kakaiba rin yung energy because puro mga bata nga yung players itong Kazakhstan. Very energetic and very active on the court. As I take a look, yung Miss Trini Berulin. Pero Yevstiknev,
And to add to that, they are very tall as a team compared to our team. At kaya nagiging problema yung offensive rebounding.
mabuti na lang, nagbibintis pa sila sa free throws. Pero anim na yung rebounds itong 0 of 3 itong si Yevstiknev sa free throws. Take a look at the coach of Kazakhstan. First, 1 of 4. The free throw line. Just a 2-point lead para sa ating San Miguel team, Pilipinas. James Yap. Kirby Raimundo also in the ball game. Dondon Ontiveros for 3. Bang!
Oh, just a beautiful play coming from the Philippines. Ang bilis ng bola, no? Dondon Ontiveros with the 8 point. His 8 points in the ball game.
Coming off a screen, top of the key. Pulls up. It's para kay Yargaliev. Here's Jimmy Alepat. Quick shot, but si Ati Taulava could not believe na siya pa yung natawagan ng foul on that play.
2007 Jones Cup is brought to
Second
you.
quarter po tayo ng ating laban against Kazakhstan. At well, after this tournament, ito pong ating Team Pilipinas will rest only for a day pagkabalik dito at magkakaroon po ng 4-nation Manila Invitational na kakalahukan ng Syria, China, and of course Lebanon. China's Team B ang magko-compete po dito, and you can catch all the action dito lamang sa ABC 5 starting on July 12, Thursday up to Sunday. I will give you the complete schedule later on. Okay, 5 minutes and 14 seconds ang natitira. Palitan ng tao for Kazakhstan. The Philippines now in possession. Working against this zone.
Yes, they're showing a 2-3 zone.
And the Philippines making half of the shots so far. Dondon Ontiveros. A miss, long rebound. Hustled by James Yap. Hindi lang niya makakapitan.
Good effort for James Yap. Balik na naman ang bola sa Kazakhstan. Of course, a 5-point lead is not safe dito sa Jones Cup, Richard, as we have seen it happen to the Philippines so many times, ano, na mawala, ano, at endgame pa.
There you go. Ito yung new challenge para sa ating Team Pilipinas. From the outside again, another basket by Ponomarev. Sabi mo kanina, he can light it up from the outside. He can hurt you from the inside as well.
But there was a man in front and good defense was hoisted against him. Nonetheless, he still sinks the three.
Here's Jimmy Alapag. James Yap. Di makalusot na ito dun sa zone defense. Kirby Raimundo inside. And that's the right thing to do. You cannot just settle for jump shots. Kailangan atakihin pa rin itong zone defense.
That's right. You know, sometimes we think that if it's a zone defense, they're taunting you to take the three-point shot. But this time, ito si Kirby Raimundo, quick move, quick spin move, will get the foul. Pero yun na nga, no, hindi naman pwedeng lagi na lang sa labas titira kahit na naka 2-3 zone yan. And you have able and potent shooters for our team Pilipinas. You still have to mix it up with an inside and outside scoring.
2 for 2 para dito kay Kirby Raimundo. As you take a look at JJ Helterbrand, pagpapahingahin si Jimmy Alapag. And you, kanina po, nakita nyo rin, nandiyan si PBA Commissioner Noli Ayala supporting our San Miguel Team Pilipinas. Another steal. Ito, JJ Helterbrand, kakapasok pa lang at kinapuitan na siya dito netong si Piryulin. And yesterday against Qatar, we had 10 steals. Ito, tingnan nyo. Wala na magagawa dyan. Talaga may iwanan na siya si JJ Helterbrand. And against Chinese Taipei, we had 11 steals in that ball game. 11-0. And so the defense has really been picking up para dito sa ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas.
Well, at least the type of defense, you know, yung hustling defense, but getting stopped, you know, in the half court is more of a problem for Team Pilipinas. Especially pag malalaki yung kalaban natin dahil nakukuhanan tayo ng mga offensive rebounds. But that helps, you know, yung mga ganon steals, yung mga hustle plays with our point guards and our off guards, maganda mangyayari pag ganyan lagi sila maglaro.
Flawless from the free throw line ng ating Team Pilipinas. Sana magtuloy-tuloy yan. Here's the attack and the foul. The tawag against James Yap.
Oh, maganda yung pinoint out pa doon, Richard. 12 out of 12 tayo from the free throw line. In some of the games here in the Jones Cup, we could have won it if we had a better free throw shooting percentage. Of course, water under the bridge for us.
But last night, free throws actually saved the Philippines, knocking down the crucial free throws in the end game. Yung Qatar naman, ang daming misses, 13 of 25 lamang, 52%. Philippines shot 76% from the free throw line, 19 of 25. JJ Helterbrand. Alam mo, wala tayo masyado nakikita mga fast break plays masyado ngayon. Not as fast yung pace ng ball game as we want it to be. Good rebound there by Vignev. Back inside they go. And it's tougher for them if it's Asi Taulava, yun nandyan sa loob and defending the paint. That's why they go outside. Mintis naman, Dondon Ontiveros, JJ Helterbrand. Helterbrand gives it to James Yap. Ooh, and James Yap, hindi tinira. 3 seconds for Asi Taulava. Taulava was already expecting James Yap panira na.
Again, you mentioned, Richard, kanina, no, hindi tayo nakakakuha ng mga fast break plays. That's because, of course, Kazakhstan is a taller team. It would be harder to get the defensive rebound before we can run.
Post move. Good defense by Ontiveros. Standing his ground. 6 seconds to shoot for Kazakhstan. A long three is good. That was a very long three.
Actually, a lucky play for Kazakhstan. You know? They're only down by 2, pero you have to take those. At sana, you just hope that things like these happen to San Miguel Team Pilipinas also.
Here's James Yap. Now he takes it. Robintes, Kirby Raimundo with a rare offensive rebound para sa Team Pilipinas, missing on his acrobatic layup. Nakuha pa niya uli. Yes. Maririnig po natin ang ito si James Yap, mukhang nasaktan, ha? We hope it's nothing serious, but he's still on the floor. Samantala, ito namang Kazakh coaching staff was asking kung bakit raw na-reset ang shot clock. At hindi naman tumama ng ring. Oh, si Taolava just carrying itong si James Yap.
That's a nice gesture from the big man. No? Alam naman natin pagdating sa Pilipinas, magkakalaban lahat yan. Talk and text laban sa Pure Foods. Pero dito, nagkakaisa ang mga players ng San Miguel Team Pilipinas. It's such a nice gesture.
That's nice. Yeah, maganda nga tingnan yun. Pero hindi maganda na may injury tayo dito sa player natin na si James Yap. Maganda pa naman ang nilalaro niya dito in this tournament. And we are hoping na hindi nga seryoso yung injury niyan kay James Yap. Here's Mark Kagiwa. Kagiwa pulls up for 3. Bang! Automatic para dito si Mark Kagiwa. That's a long two.
It's a long two, and it's unfair for the Kazakhstan team because they don't know how Mark Kagiwa will play. They haven't scouted him. And even if they scout him, hindi nila kayang pigilin ito si Mark Kagiwa, especially kung ganyan kaganda ang kanyang shooting.
Mark Kagiwa making a strong case, baka mapili most valuable player of the tournament.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised with that.
Most exciting players dito sa Jones Cup. Kagiwa again. So inside to Kirby Raimundo. Oh, nag-turnover dito. Nice side-stepping move. May foul pa. Alright, so bad development para sa ating Team Pilipinas. Let's take a look at this again. Side-stepping move, avoiding the defense. Very shifty player from Kazakhstan. That's Yargaliev.
No one putting a body in front of this guy.
You can hear si Coach Chotres in the background. Obviously very disappointed.
This is half the story. Richard is going down.
What's that? They gave him a free throw, tapos bola pa nila. Is that a technical? Anyway, ito na. Turnaround jumper is good. And the Kazakh team is now heating up. Alam mo, nag-iinit na po ang Kazakhstan dito. At giving San Miguel Team Pilipinas a good fight. It's all tied up right now. Take a look at this last piece of the action. That is Yargaliev. Oh yeah, that's a technical foul called on Mark Kagiwa. We'll be right back. 2-all tie here in the first half. Let's take a look at this again. Ito yung tinawag kay Mark Kagiwa, sticking out his left leg. Ayan, against the player from Kazakhstan. Yun yung deliberate foul, I believe, na tinawag against Mark Kagiwa.
Just like that, you know, we are at the third deadlock of the ball game in 42.
And ito, coming off a timeout, ito, turnover pa ang nangyari para sa Team Pilipinas. As you see yung field goal shooting, Kazakhstan, 53%, only 38% para sa Team Pilipinas. Inside again, you know, they've been taking higher percentage shots itong team ng Kazakhstan. Although that was a miss by Yevstiknev.
But still, it was a good attempt. You know?
Oo.
Good, half-court play para sa Kazakhstan.
Ito na naman, another layup para sa Kazakhstan. At hindi na natutuwa si Coach Chotres dito with under a minute remaining in the first half. He calls another timeout. The Kazakh team, as we said at the top of the coverage, cannot be taken very lightly just because they are 1-7. They have lost a number of close ball games. And even the Jordan, yung champion na nga po sa tournament na to, they only lost by 2 points. As we take a look at that, yung nangyari po kanina, yung tinawag na deliberate foul against Mark Kagiwa. But Mark Kagiwa, offensively, he already has 16 points, 10 in the first quarter. For Team Philippines, leading all scorers. But yun nga po, ano, yung the rest of the squad, kailangan na magtulong-tulong rin.
Oo, pero yung play na yun, Richard, nag-backfire para sa Pilipinas. And from then, maganda yung ginagawa nitong Kazakhstan team against us. And they have been pounding it inside and knowing that they have a distinct advantage in height. San Miguel team Pilipinas has to respond to that.
Another turnover, second consecutive turnover off a timeout. At that, so problems with execution of the play in the last few seconds of the second quarter. Now it's a 4-point lead with Yargaviev with 7 points in the second quarter alone. Ito, na-foul dito si JJ Helterbrand. No, I don't know, but a bit sluggish itong ating Team Pilipinas in this ball game, mainly because this is the 9th day of competition na araw-araw ang laro. Maybe fatigue creeping in, but
You talk about fatigue creeping in, pero palagay ko, Coach Reyes has done a good job giving the right time, the right minutes for these players, 14 players.
That's right. Oo, nadidistribute naman yung playing minutes. As you take a look at Kelly Williams checking back in. Ren Di Cualo. Short stint for the Ren man. Okay, si Mark Kagiwa, pinagpahinga na rin ni Coach Chot Reyes. Dash out opportunity here para sa Kazakhstan. They have a 3-point lead. Looking for the main man inside. Naagaw. 3 seconds remaining. Alam ba ni Kirby? No more time. That will do it for the first half of action. Itong team po from Kazakhstan showing brilliance dito sa ating first half, keeping the Philippines at bay. A youthful squad from Kazakhstan holding their own against our San Miguel Team Pilipinas. Dito po sa first half of action, and the Team Philippines will have a lot of things to talk about. Coach Chot Reyes, I'm sure, is disappointed dito sa performance ng ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas at the first half. At asahan po natin, magbago ang takbo pagdating sa second half. Magbabalik po kami, dyan lamang po kayo. Half-time na po tayo ng laban ng Kazakhstan at ang Team Pilipinas. And so far, we are down by 3 points at the half. Sorpresa ng Kazakhstan, made up of youthful players, ang ating Team Pilipinas dito sa first half. As we take a look at the recap of what happened dito po sa first quarter, as you take a look, itong mga Kazakh team may shooting sa labas. But Mark Kagiwa has been the main man in the first quarter with 10 points in the ball game. But this is a tough squad. Itong Kazakh team na to, they can line it up from the outside. At meron din po silang malalaking mama that really does a lot of damage sa loob.
That's right. And I just see Mark Kagiwa, 10 points in the first quarter. As you mentioned, it was the Mark Kagiwa show. We were up by 122-21. Pero doon sa second quarter, nag-iba yung story, Richard.
Flat nga kasi ang start ng ating Team Pilipinas in this ball game. At kaya naman nabuhayan itong Kazakh team. Pagdating naman sa second quarter, Mark Kagiwa ulit na nagsimula ng scoring and really lighting it up. He has a total of 16 points in the first half. Pero dito, para sa Kazakhstan, itong si Yevs Ligniev, meron ng 10 puntos and 7 points coming in the second period alone and doing most of the damage. At pati nga itong spec nag-contribute yan. Yan, ang layo na tira. Ito yung deliberate foul na tinawag kay Mark Kagiwa laban kay Yargaliev. As we take a look, itong ating halftime stats.
Makikita naman natin, maganda ang nangyayari sa free throw, 14 out of 15. 50% from the 2-point region, but not really that good. 30% lang sa 3-point, Richard. Compared dun sa Kazakhstan, 7 out of 16, marami silang nakuha puntos doon. And incidentally, lamang tayo sa rebounding, 18-13, against a team that should have an advantage in rebounding dahil mas matatangkad nga sila. But apparently, alam mo, nakikita natin dito sa Kazakhstan team that they're doing it in the 3-point region. If not from the 3-point region, yung mga layups, yung mga putbacks, yung mga 2 to 3 feet away from the basket. Wala pa tayong nakikita sa mga Kazakhstan players na mga 10 to 15 foot jumpers. Ano?
We'll give you more of the action sa 29th William Jones Cup when we return.
Shoot on ba kayo dyan? Ako meron. Lahat sila naka-enerton. Kaya naka-free-on. Ganda nila ay mabaling na ilabanin. Kaya enerton bitaw. Kahit tamang tinta sa concentrate at may quality. Kada oras ang pagpakaon. Kaya manok ko. Sandali na lang ko.
Dito po sa 29 William Jones Cup. This is ABC Sports Special Coverage. Richard Del Rosario together with Peter Martin. And ito pong ating Team Pilipinas is trailing at the half by 3 points. This is the last game ng ating Team Pilipinas. At ito, titignan natin mga leading scorers of the ballgame.
Of course, Mark Cadivo with the 16 points and Don Tiveros and Kelly Williams. The three players who really we are expecting them to score well, no? Pero yung mga JJ Helterbrand at si James Yap, hindi po Yap yan, ha? Looking forward, pero kanina, Richard, may injury kanina ito si James Yap sa kanyang paa, no?
Yun na nga, we're hoping it's nothing serious. We'd like to greet pa naman ito si James Yap and Chris Aquino. Happy second year anniversary today. At well, sana nga hindi naman naging seryoso yung injury ni James Yap as we take a look at yung matchup between Yevstigniev and Mark Kagiwa.
Mark Kagiwa is the only player for the team from the Philippines that has a good shooting percentage, 8 out of 11.
Oo, well, he is outscored ito nga si Yevstigniev. Only playing 13 minutes but meron na nga 16 points. Itong si Mark the Spark Kagiwa. At paalala rin po namin, after this Jones Cup, itong ating national team ay maglalaro po sa Four Nation Manila Invitational na mapapanood niyo po dito sa ABC Sports starting on Thursday, July 12 sa San Juan Arena. Magaganap ang laban at 4:30 p.m. It's Syria versus China. And we'll tell you more of the schedule of that Manila Invitational sa aming pong pagbabalik. Alright, welcome back. At malapit na po magsimula ating third quarter. And just to continue, dun po sa schedule ng ating Manila Invitational sa Thursday sa San Juan Arena, makakaharap ng ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas ang Lebanon at 7:30 p.m. And on July 13, Friday naman, sa Araneta Coliseum po magaganap ang mga laban. Lebanon goes up against Syria 2 p.m. and at 4 p.m. it's China versus our SMC Team Pilipinas. And sa Sabado, July 14, balik sa San Juan Arena, 4 p.m. it's Lebanon versus China, and Syria goes up against our Team Pilipinas at 6 p.m. And on Sunday, balik sa Araneta Coliseum, 2:30 p.m. battle for third, 4:30 p.m. is the championship game. And yung mga sa game po sa Araneta on Friday and on Sunday, they will serve as the first two games doon po sa ating final series na nagaganap.
Primer yan.
Alaska Aces and the Talk and Text phone foul.
As we start the second half, Richard, only two players shot two-point field goals. So that's Mark Kagiwa and Kelly Williams. Sila lang ang nakakuha ng field goals from the two-point region. At apat lang ang nakascore ng field goal. Ano?
Here's Don Tiveros. Yes, opening things up with a 3 here in the second half. Already with 11 points.
Oh, he has been deadly from beyond the arc. It's his third three-point shot.
Ito, naka-floating zone na naman itong ating Team Pilipinas. Kazakhs move the ball around very patiently. Pero may 3-second violation ang tinawag against Kazakhstan. It's a good start here. The first two possessions.
Again, Richard, in the first half of play, 8 out of 11 si Mark Kagiwa. And the rest of the San Miguel Team Pilipinas was only 5 out of 19.
Back-to-back 3-point baskets para dito kay Don Ontiveros. And Don Ontiveros already with 14 points. Ayan po, giving the Philippines a 3-point lead. From the corner, a miss. And there's a push na itatawag kay Mark Kagiwa against the taller player from Kazakhstan. And in the first half, Peter, napakarami natin pinigyan na open looks from the 3-point region, no? for Kazakhstan, and they made 7 of 16.
Oo.
Yun ang delikado. Because just like this, you know, they can hit it from the outside.
That was not even an open look. Someone was challenging. It was Don Tiveros in his face. But the Kazakhstan player still managing to get the three-point shot.
Respect na naman yung naka-tres doon. Ayan, napakataas ng three-point shooting ng Kazakhstan, 44%. Almost a turnover. Mark Kagiwa, wala ng oras. But the play continues. Here's Isakov. Isakov from the corner. Another basket.
Well, Don Tiveros will have a hard time because he's playing from ball to ball. You know, meaning yung dalawang players ng Kazakhstan on the right side of the court. Ito si Don Tiveros, parang nagpapatintero siya. Dalawang kailangan niya bantayan.
Ponomarev with 10 points in the ball game. Pakshap na converted 3-point basket na yan. Ito Kazakhstan. You know, last night we were giving up that outside shot to Qatar because, you know, wala sila masyadong threat from the outside. But here against Kazakhstan, it's a different story. At their shots have been falling from the outside. Oh, at medyo na-injure itong player na si Spet. I think he hurt his hand. Yeah, no, obviously in a great amount of pain. Na-trap dito si Mark Kagiwa. Kick-out pass niya, intercepted. One-on-one play, and Jimmy Alapag giving up the foul, but he did not stop the player at dumire-derecho, given continuation. And that's Pilipinas. Take a look at this again. He holds him here. Nag-dribble pa isa. And that's what Jimmy Alapag was claiming. Nag-dribble pa ng isa. Would have been better if he just held him down and not allowed him to maitira pa yung bola. But yes, completed 3-point play for Pilipinas as si Skornyakov pumasok na rin po para dito sa Kazakhstan. There's another young guy born 1990. Itong si Skornyakov. Only 16 kasi sa August pa birthday.
Wow, very young. As we see the Kazakhstan team.
Bawi ni Jimmy Alapag yung tres na binigay niya kanina, but it's still a 3-point lead for Kazakhstan.
Nasabihin ko sana, kakakuha lang ng Kazakhstan yung biggest lead of the ball game for them. At 6, ano? Balik na naman sa tatlo.
Perimeter passing, and yes, 3-second violation going up against Kornyakov, yung bagong pasok na player ng Kazakhstan. And obviously disappointed coach of the Kazakh national team.
Hindi hinayang siya dun sa 3-point shot na pumasok. Opportunity now for the Philippines to tie, at least get to almost a tie.
And bang! Jimmy Alapag with back-to-back 3-point baskets.
After being quiet in the first half, ito si Jimmy Alapag, all his 6 points coming here in the third quarter. Look at that, 100% from beyond the arc.
But ito Kazakhstan, and also hit it from the outside. And it's a shootout. That's Ponomarev. Ponomarev with 13 points in the ball game.
Pag tinitignan natin, Richard, parang napakadali yung makashoot dito eh.
Oh, too deep para kaya si Taolava. Ay, you know, talagang ibang klase rin ha. Itong shooting ng Kazakhstan from the outside. Kung tayo 4-4, they've only missed once. Ito, may foul given up by Skornyakov. And a short stint for the 16-year-old. Sa pinasok naman si Yunik, another 16-year-old. He's already 17 kasi nag-birthday na sa July 5. So, very young unit para dito sa Kazakhstan.
The question is, sila ba talaga ipapadala dun sa
Well, they're listed as the Kazakhstan national team. At
new age,
ito nga rin, oo.
Ito na yung new era ng Kazakhstan basketball. Of course, I can imagine them in 2 to 4 years' time, more formidable team.
But even right now, I mean, this is a mean-looking team. From the outside, nagpintes finally si Ponomarev.
Hasn't had a lot of touches tonight. Ito si Ponomarev, their player who has scored a lot of points.
Ayun, yung foul na binigay ni Isakov. Under 6 minutes, the shade under 6 minutes. Here's Jimmy Alapag orchestrating the play. High street given by Asi Taulava. Alapag hands it off to Mark Shadiwa. Puts up top of the key. No. Rebound to Yargaliev. And the counter-attack ng Kazakhstan. Philippines sticking with his own defense. No, pero pag magtuloy-tuloy yung shooting ng Kazakhstan from the outside, might be a change in defensive strategy. Pero ito, offensive rebound, yan naman ang problema when you're playing zone. May hirapan ka talaga to block out a particular man because you're guarding a space. Against this tall team of Kazakhstan, yan na nga nangyayari.
Yun na nga, but these players in the Philippines, since tatlo sila nandun sa ilalim, you have to try to find a body and box them out. At,
yan rebounding na kailangan dyan.
Actually, a basic in Philippine basketball. Pero talagang may mga talbog na pupunta sa kalaban at wala ka talaga magagawa.
There's Jimmy Alapag, dire-diretso. And that will count. And nobody can really
Keep in step.
with Jimmy Alapag, Mark Tagiwa, later on, crunch time siguro. Like yung ginagawa ni Coach Josh Reyes ng previous games, they just isolated to si Alapag and si Tagiwa, Helterbrand top of the key. At nilalampasan lang yung kanilang mga defenders. From the corner again, finally a miss. Rebound to Mark Tagiwa. Mark Tagiwa leading the break. Mark Tagiwa, dire-diretso. Mark Tagiwa with a teardrop mintes. Tapigan ng bola. Who recovers it? There's a man on the floor. Down on the floor para sa Kazakhstan.
He was the guy trying to keep in step with Mark Tagiwa, if I'm not mistaken.
Tingnan natin nangyari dito. Napaspit na dulas. Nadulas itong player ng Kazakhstan. And almost napasplit siya, pero in a great deal of pain itong si Piryulin. Still on the floor and slowly getting up, being assisted by his teammates and coach. Back to the bench.
Talagang ang hirap, Richard, pagkatapat mo doon si Mark Tagiwa. Hindi alam kung saan pupunta. That's the reason why.
Tumama yung tuhod doon sa sahig. May have strained a muscle or a ligament. Ayan, hobbling back. Holding on to his left knee. Yung left knee yung pinifavor niya. In the meantime, we'll take a short break. Labang pa rin po ang Kazakhstan, 61-58 here in the third. 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. Kazakhstan protecting a 3-point lead. Pero bola nasa Team Pilipinas. Here's Jimmy Alapag. Alapag, dire-diretso ulit. Alapag, left-handed layup, too strong.
One thing you have to do, when Jimmy Alapag puts the ball on the floor, kailangan you have to improve your position so that Jimmy Alapag can get you the ball.
Ito, naipit sa screen si Jimmy Alapag. Asi Taulava had to go all the way out. Ito si Yargaliev. Naking jumper. Ito naman, Tagiwa. And now we go to that isolation play that we were talking about kanina. At ito na nga. Ito si Yargaliev ulit ng matatawagan ng foul. In comes Yev Stignev. And this player hurt us in the second quarter. Scoring 7 points. Pinagpahinga itong si Ponomarev. Alapag. Inside he goes, looking for a teammate. Finds Dondon. No. Agawan ng bola. Somebody held somebody down. Tingnan natin kung sino yung makita ng referee. Itong si Yev Stignev ang matatawagan ng foul.
So maaga mapupunta sa penalty itong team ng Kazakhstan laban sa San Miguel Team Pilipinas. That might be good news. That is good news for Team Philippines. We have been so good from the free throw line tonight. Only in the first half we had a phenomenal 14 out of 15 sa free throw. Maganda.
Ito, papasok na ng coach ng Kazakhstan itong si Korovnikov as Kelly Williams makes his first free throw. You know, the tempo is being dictated here by Kazakhstan. Basically, because we cannot get that rebound na maraming mga offensive rebound. That's why hindi tayo makapag-fast break dito.
Ang problema because napakalalaki nga nito. And the adjustment there is active hand. You know, the adjustment there is try to get as much steals as we can, as we saw against the game versus Qatar, and of course the game versus Chinese Taipei.
A while ago, you saw some pressing defense para sa Team Pilipinas, trying to speed up the tempo, trying to force some turnovers. Ito na naman, offensive rebound again.
That's the problem right there. Asi Taulabak cannot do everything on his own. Of course, you want Kelly Williams and of course Don Ontiveros. So things help, you know? Pero yung problema, Richard, pati yung labas, inaalala din nila dahil pumapasok din ng 3-point attempts itong mga taga-Kazakhstan.
And we're really struggling pag dating just the zone defense ng Team Pilipinas. Ito yung atake ni Jimmy Alapag at na-foul siya. Itong si Netchayev. At pinalitan muna itong si Isakov. At papasok na nga si Korovnikov. 8 points for Jimmy Alapag. Only 2 assists so far.
Here on end, you know, till the end of the third quarter, we will go to the line because of a foul. The Kazakhstan team is in penalty. As we look at the injured player,
Biryulin. Kanina po, siya yung nadulas. Trying to keep in step with Mark Kagiwa. 2 for 2 para dito kay Jimmy Alapag. So patuloy ang magandang free throw shooting percentage ng ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas. It's only down to a 4-point lead para sa Kazakhstan. And now, nagkaroon na po ng switch sa defense. Man-to-man na ang Team Pilipinas. But once again, the torrent outside shooting of Kazakhstan continuing in this ball game. That's a 3-point basket again by Netchayev. And Kagiwa does not get the bounce. A foul. It took si Yevstigniev. Ito yung galaw ni Mark Kagiwa. You know, maganda pa dito kay Mark Kagiwa. He has bulked up. He spent a lot of hours in the gym, in the weight room. Before, at the start of before he entered itong Jones Cup, hindi siya masyadong bilib dyan sa weights, but, you know, he has been converted. At ayan,
he has been a believer.
He's been a believer, and that has made him a tougher player. Kasi yung mga bangga in international competition, yun na, kayang-kaya na niya, and he can finish his shot. All right, Mark Kagiwa already with 18 points so far.
So the last 5 points of the Philippines coming from free throws, 5 out of 6 tayo dyan. 2 from Jimmy Alapag, 2 from Mark Kagiwa, and 1 out of 2 from Kelly Williams. Yan ang advantage pag yung kalaban natin goes into the penalty early in the quarter.
Philippines on a man-to-man defense. Ito na ngayon. Uy, nalampasan ang tatlong defenders ng Team Pilipinas. This guy, Yargaliev, is a shifty player. Ito naman si Kagiwa, gusto pawiin, and he does.
Ganon din, weaving in traffic. Ito si Mark Kagiwa already with 20 points in this ballgame.
4 points in the third. Double high street given here. Youth unique. And Asi Taulava pa matatawagan ng foul on that rebound play. He already had the inside position.
Pero nakita natin, Richard, if you look at the replay again, tatlo na halos 7-footer galing sa Kazakhstan team going for that offensive rebound.
Ito, pinagsabay na ni Coach Chot Reyes, si Jimmy Alapag at si JJ Helterbrand, wanting to speed up the tempo of this ball game. And that's traveling on Ponomarev. So with this 2-point guard combination para kay Coach Chot Reyes, we are hoping na yung tempo bumilis to the advantage ng Team Pilipinas because that has been our strength in this tournament.
Ang problema, Richard, itong Kazakhstan team, ayaw rin sumubay. Hindi sila sumasabay basta-basta dun sa speed itong Philippines.
So you have to count that basket just to be consistent. I think the referees will count it. At si Korovnikov gets the foul. There's the bump. And tinuloy naman ni Kelly Williams. Korovnikov. Third foul on Korovnikov. Total of 8 points for Kelly Williams. Oh, hindi pala binigyan ng continuation. Just an act of shooting.
Kanina, nag-dribble pa sa kabila, nabigyan ng continuation. That's just the breaks of the ballgame. And
Mas nag-mintis pa yung first free throw dito ni Kelly Williams. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Second is good. Alright, under 2 minutes na natitira dito for Husling defense. This is the pressing unit para kay Coach Chot Reyes. Itong combination na to, ng two-guard combination, at ito nataranta, itong Kazakhstan forcing, Philippines forcing a turnover.
But defense, this is the type of defense that we want to put up, against teams which are taller than us.
Okay, here, Shelterbrand, crossover dribble, naiwan yung buwabantay, knocked it down from top of the key.
Very easy for Helterbrand. Alam natin, mga Pilipino, kayang-kaya ni J.J. Helterbrand, and that's his favorite shot. He's got 5 points in the ballgame.
Ito na, some more pressure defense being employed by Jimmy Alapaz. More energy now on the defensive end para sa Team Pilipinas. 7 to shoot for Kazakhstan. And they hold on from the outside. Nothing there but an offensive rebound here for Kazakhstan. Number 9 player, that's Yunik. Just getting the ball over Mark Kagiwa.
You just can't teach height, Richard. Alam natin, you can teach the skills. Pero yung height talaga, height is a might in basketball.
Yeah, defensive rebound, 14, 8 offensive rebound para sa Kazakhstan.
Yun ang nagiging problema, Richard, yung 8 offensive rebounds. Very frustrating for the San Miguel team, Pilipinas. As we look at another foul, they will send Jimmy Alapag again to the free throw line.
I mean, ito yung makikita mo very evident, as we compete against the teams to be facing sa FIBA Asia, yung strength of our guards against the guards of the other team, very evident dahil ang bibilis nga nito sila Helterbrand, Kagiwa, Jimmy Alapag. They can break down the defense and create situations para sa ating Team Pilipinas.
But again, yung disadvantage naman natin having them is they're not the tallest guards in all of Asia. So, yun naman ang disadvantage.
Well, ang ginagawa naman ni Coach Chot Reyes dyan, pag pinuposte yung mga gwardiya natin, may double teaming defense naman na pinapakita. The real problem has been rebounding. It's only a 2-point lead now para sa Kazakhstan. Make that 4 again on this transition offense.
Extended in defense, trying to press. Sometimes you have to pay for it. That time Kazakhstan doing a good job.
Helterbrand to Kelly Williams, and he is tripped. 2 shots coming for Kelly Williams. And he's still on the floor. Kazakhstan already in the penalty. Gritty Kazakhstan team ang napapanood natin dito, even with the pressure na rally ng Team Pilipinas, holding their own.
They can be comparable to the teams who play without pressure, having a 1-7, gusto na lang manilat yan.
Well, ganun ang nangyari sa Japan. I mean, we're having a hard time against the younger teams, because yung mga energetic players, youthful players.
Pero hindi mo talaga malalaman yung basketball. May sinasabi tayong bilog ang bola. We lost to Japan, but Kazakhstan massacred Japan.
Yes.
66-61.
Here's Jimmy Alapag. Instead of a steal. 35 seconds remaining. Inside. Korovnikov finishing that fast break for Kazakhstan.
Now you go back to the shot of Jimmy Alapag. You ask them if it's a good shot or it's a bad shot. Gusto ni Jimmy Alapag makakuha ng 2-for-1 opportunity dito sa last few seconds of the third quarter.
Okay, may 2 seconds differential ang game clock at ang shot clock. Here's Mark Kagiwa isolated up top. 6 to shoot. Kagiwa makes his move. Kagiwa kicks it out to JJ for 3. No, long rebound to Kelly Williams. A second remaining. No. At siya na po magtatapos ang third quarter of action. And this is a tough test para sa ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas as they are facing a youthful but gritty Kazakhstan national team. Lamang po ang Kazakhstan, 76-72. We'll give you the fourth quarter sa amin po.
2007.
Welcome back. Magsisimula nagsimula na po ang ating fourth quarter action between San Miguel Team Pilipinas and Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan opening up the fourth quarter with a 4-point lead. Richard Dalusario together with Peter Martin. Ito po ang special coverage ng ABC Sports ng 29th William Jones Cup. And from the outside, itong si Ponomarev opening things up.
So mainit yung third quarter play natin. 30 points ang nakakuha nitong Kazakhstan team. They opened the fourth quarter with a 3-point bomb. Balik sa 6 malamang.
Kagiwa again. That's his 22nd point of the ball game.
One thing we can do, San Miguel Team Philippines, get the ball in Mark Kagiwa's hand, make him create.
You know, the problem really has been with our defense, not really our offense. Ito yung hit and a miss by Korovnikov. Fast break play para sa Team Pilipinas. Ooh, and a turnover. That hurt para sa Team Pilipinas. Ontiveros back in the ball game.
To our count, Richard, I think that's the 13th San Miguel Team Pilipinas turnover of this ball game. It's not helping.
46% from beyond the arc of Kazakhstan. Very high percentage. Nomarev inside and wala na magawa doon. Ito si Mark Kagiwa as naipit siya sa likod against Munich.
Actually, a good foul on Mark Kagiwa. Nakita mo, kanina pa nila tinatakbo yung play na yan at kanina pa nalilibre doon sa ilalim.
Yes, yung backdoor cut.
Oo.
At ito si Munich with 5 points. Only played here in the second half. Nasok lang yan sa third quarter. That's right, baseline inbound para sa Kazakhstan. Rovnikov. Ito na naman, Ponomarev again. Back-to-back 3-point basket para kay Anton Ponomarev. Reminds you a bit about yung Dirk Nowitzki. Big guy can shoot from the outside. Gusto bawi ni Dondon. No. A rebound by Korovnikov.
Actually, the biggest lead para sa Kazakhstan team. Standing at 8.
Nechev. Back to Korovnikov. The biggest guy on the floor taking a 3 para dito sa Kazakhstan. Here's Kagiwa to Eric Meng. Kicks it out. Dondon swings it to JJ. Kagiwa. That's Kelly Williams. Hook shot. No good. Tapping ka ng bola, marirecover ni Kelly Williams, but may foul na makikita natin referee dito against Korovnikov.
A good ball movement for San Miguel Team Pilipinas in that last play. Apparently, hindi nga lang nakakuha ng 2-point jump shot ito si Kelly Williams. And of course, like you mentioned earlier, Richard, that offense is not the problem. You see the ball moving really well in that last play. Ang problema natin, depensa, we gave up 30 points in the third quarter to this Kazakhstan team. That's just inexcusable. Kailangan maibaba yan, especially in international play. 30 points in a quarter is just quite too much.
This is a big test. Paano makaka-recover ang Team Pilipinas with under 8 minutes remaining sa fourth quarter. At ito, may pushing foul pa na itinawag dito against Kirby Raimundo. We're staring at an 8-point lead by Kazakhstan. That's the third foul in the Philippines. None yet para sa Kazakhstan here in the fourth. Baseline inbound, almost a steal by Taulava. At ito na namang foul. Sunod-sunod na ang fouls dito ng ating Team Pilipinas. Things are not looking good.
Next foul from the San Miguel Team Pilipinas will put the Kazakhstan team on the line. Tayo naman maaga ang nagka-penalty.
From the outside again, patuloy ang torrid outside shooting ng Kazakhstan. That's Yargaliev. Taulava already with 4 fouls and Kagiwa with 3. And a turnover. Ito na ngayon, layup. At Helterbrand giving up the foul. Obviously frustrated Team Pilipinas ngayon. Ang napapanood natin, it's already a 10-point lead para sa Kazakhstan. And
that's a frustration foul more than anything else. Galing kay JJ Helterbrand. But still a lot of time.
Yun, a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Really have to play together this time. 21 points for this guy. Ergaliev, 21-year-old player from Kazakhstan. 2 for 2. The Philippines really has to make their move right now. Kagiwa. Here's Kelly Williams. Pulls up. Short. Sama ng field goal percentage natin, especially here in the fourth quarter.
Kagiwa pa lang nakakashoot dito sa fourth quarter with 4 points. Everyone else for San Miguel Team Pilipinas scoreless.
Side-stepping move. And that's a traveling violation against Korovnikov. At hindi makapaniwala itong coaching staff ng Kazakhstan. Let's take a look at this again. 2 steps.
You know, this Kazakhstan team, they can smell blood. You know, they're going for they're eyeing for their second victory in 9 games. You know, and,
here's a fadeaway by Kagiwa. Nice pa rin. And only 1 attempt at the basket ang binibigay nitong Kazakhstan sa ating Team Pilipinas. Paano pababa ang field goal shooting ng Pilipinas, samantalang pataas na pataas naman para sa Kazakhstan. Everything falling for this Kazakhstan national team.
Kung may banta ng sipon, ubo at lagnat.
Ito pong Kazakhstan is in a 30-2 run sa umpisa po ng ating fourth quarter. Kaya nilayuan nila itong ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas. Pero may oras pa. Ito, ganadong-ganado na ang team ng Kazakhstan. Looking for an upset. They're in the same situation against Korea yesterday. And that slipped from their hands. And the Philippines are hoping to make a repeat of that result.
oh, what happened yesterday?
Oo, pero they have to make their move now. Here's Kagiwa.
Ayan, only 4 points galing kay Mark Kagiwa all in this fourth quarter. No one else. Kanina sinabi ko 4 points is Kagiwa. 2 points pa lang pala, kaya nga 13-4 run pa rin para sa team ng Kazakhstan.
Ito naman, Korovnikov. Siya'y tumira sa labas. Mintes, long rebound. At mapupunta pa sa Kazakhstan. Korovnikov, dire-diretso. Oh, a bad fall by Korovnikov. Hitting his head on the floor. That's gonna hurt. And a look of concern from his teammates, and rightly so, ang sama ng baksak ni Korovnikov. And that was a strong move to the basket. And hopefully, hindi naman ganun kagrabe. Well, he's standing up on his own. That's always good news.
Oo, pero groggy. Parang nasuntok ni Pacquiao. Ano, sa lakas, nakita natin mag-whiplash itong ulo ni Korovnikov. There.
Mapit na naman dito kay Mark Kagiwa. Kaya bumaksak dyan si Korovnikov, limping towards their bench. At yan si Mark Kagiwa. Back at the bench. And ito. Tumama pa yung ulo nitong si Korovnikov dun sa hardwood. That's painful. So,
alam mo, buti na lang itong mga flooring natin sa mga gyms, ano, meron silang konting rubber matting under that the wood, ano.
well, hopefully dito meron sa Xinhua Stadium.
Pero isipin mo kung sa asphalt na nangyari.
3-point attempt. Pasok na naman for Kazakhstan, and they are running away here in the fourth quarter. 18-point lead. And finally, somebody else aside from Mark Kagiwa scoring. Biggest lead of the ball game, 18 points para sa Kazakhstan. And eto, Kelly Williams with 13 points already. They go inside this time. And kita mo naman, dalawa na yung nakaputi doon, pero it ends up with Kazakhstan. So things falling apart para sa Team Pilipinas here in the fourth. The traveling violation ang tinawag kay Argaliev. That's a good break para sa ating Team Pilipinas. Renren Litualo already inside. A concerned look on the face of Coach Chot Reyes. Once again, ito yung nangyari kanina with Mark Kagiwa and Korovnikov. Another miss para sa Pilipinas. And konti na po ng konti ang oras.
Oras natin, not on our side.
Another open look. Miss, but ito na naman, offensive rebound.
That's the story of tonight's ball game. Yung offensive rebounding itong taller Kazakhstan team.
Like a nightmare happening dito sa fourth quarter para sa ating Team Pilipinas. And obviously, all the players are very frustrated. Not the finish that we are expecting. Especially yesterday. Well, parang nagkaroon na rin ng premonition yan yesterday. Parang kasi lumabang na malaki and then we almost collapsed after erecting a 21-point lead. Went down to as low as 5 points. Buti na lang. Biglang nagising itong ating Team Pilipinas. Pero dito, may hirapan makabangon, ha? 4.5 remaining. Jimmy Alapag, dire-diretso. And we have to force up turnovers and create some stops.
The stops is what has been our problem. Hindi na tayo nakaka-stop dito sa Kazakhstan team. We cannot trade baskets at this point.
Nagbimintis rin naman sila. Kaya nga lang, nagkakaroon ng mga offensive rebounds. So, eto sa labas. Ponomarev again.
This might be practically the best game of the Kazakhstan team. Not taking away anything from Team Pilipinas, pero napakaganda ng shooting itong Kazakhstan team.
Ponomarev, pangatlong 3-point shot na yan ni Ponomarev dito po sa ating third quarter. And kung inaakala po natin, ang problema lang natin dyan sa Tokushima will be Iran and Jordan and China. Well, kung makalusog po tayo dito at makaharap natin itong Kazakhstan, ako, malaking problema pa rin ang kinakaharap ng ating Team Pilipinas. Kung magpapatuloy at ganito pa rin ang maging 3-point shooting. Kazakhstan, 16 made 3-point baskets. Wow. That's just too much.
And there's a big possibility, Richard, na magkita itong dalawang teams dun sa Japan. Doon, pag nakalagpas tayo ng elimination round.
On the other hand, itong Kazakhstan doing a good job getting that defensive rebound. Ito yung drive ni Argaliev at pinupuna lang siya nitong si Ranidel de Ocampo. And this young man, si Argaliev, doing most of the damage together with Ponomarev. 2 for 2. You know, these guys are not well built. Hindi naman mga maskulado to, hindi mga big bodied catchers, pero very agile. Samantala, patuloy ang pagbaba ng ating field goal percentage. It's already a 21-point lead. 3 and 20. Nothing from the 3-point line in the fourth. Good play again. And Philippines just collapsing at this point. You know, the frustration has overcome our focus at this point of the ball game.
That's been a frustrating night for these players in white. But, you know, like you said, it cannot overcome. You cannot be overcome by your frustrations. You still have to finish well. You have to finish strong. And I know, Richard, as a player, alam mo yung feeling na ganyan na napakahirap, ano? But you still have to come up with a good performance.
Oo, hindi lang talaga magandang itong performance na to. To cap off what has been an impressive performance overall para sa ating Team Pilipinas in this tournament. And sabi nga ni Coach Rodriguez, this game dapat will serve as a foundation para sa preparation sa FIBA Asia. And this will be a frustrating loss for ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas. Kumbaga, maganda na yung mga building blocks na tinayo mo, and just to see it collapse dito sa game na to, it's just painful.
humbling lesson, para sa San Miguel Team Pilipinas playing.
You know, you just cannot let your guard down whoever you're playing. Whether you're playing the top team or you're playing the team at the bottom. You know, kung superior ka, dapat ipakita mo talaga during the game. You cannot play at the level ng mga kalaban mo. The lower team man yan. But so far, in this ball game, Kazakhstan is the superior team.
Oo, pero Richard, sa apat na, well, hindi pa tayo natatalo, we still have a lot of time, 2:39. But if we go on to lose this ball game, sa apat na talo natin, 2 of them coming from the bottom dwellers.
Yes.
Kazakhstan and Japan with only 1 win apiece prior to this ball game.
Jimmy Lapag knocking down a 3. Pero time is not on side of San Miguel Team Pilipinas. Yun ang masama Plus yung top 2 na nga yung tumalo, yung mga pinakabata pa na teams ang tumalo.
Yung bottom 2, Richard, yung top 2 yun.
I mean, yung bottom 2 yung tumalo, yes. And yung mga pinakabata, you had Japanese team na 22 and under na pang World University Games, and you have this young Kazakhstan national team. And really, I think it has been yung slow start in the first half. That really already made a difference.
Parang predictable na, if once you see the start of the Team Pilipinas, alam mo, pag maganda actually yung start ng Team Pilipinas, alam mo, maganda yung kalalabasan ng game. But once we have a slow start, that's the time the problems will crop up against the San Miguel Team Pilipinas. And of course, like tonight, not really a good start for these wards in white.
That is correct. And this is another bitter lesson na kailangan tanggapin at matutunan ng ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas. And, with in this competition, parang we enter the tunnel and made light at the end of the tunnel na tayong nasisilayan. It's just a matter of keeping your focus towards going to that light, and hopefully, at the end of the day, we'll find ourselves na makuha ang goal natin to be able to go play in the Olympics once again in the field of basketball. So a minute and a half remaining at 20-point lead para sa Kazakhstan. Nice looking layup para kay Jimmy Alapag. Jimmy Alapag really still fighting hard for what seems to be a lost cause in this ball game. But yan, may foul pa na binigay ito si Jimmy Alapag. Kazakhstan historically was really giving Philippines a hard time internationally. Against si Jujunik.
But once upon a time, Richard, these players from Kazakhstan were just tall,
Yeah,
like around 5 to 6 years ago,
parang robot.
Parang lanky lang na one-dimensional players. But right now, it's ang laki na ng improvement nila in terms of physical abilities at saka skill, skill level nila tumaas na.
Nakakatakot pa nga. Ang babata pa dito players ng mga to. So, in the future, ito pa rin ang magiging national team players nila. And magtitik pa lang itong mga players na to. Here's Renren Metualo for 3. Gets one. 13 remaining. It's a 107-90 lead for Kazakhstan on their way to getting their second win of the tournament to end their campaign. Samantala, ito pong ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas will be going down to 5-4 the final standing ng campaign dito po sa 29th edition ng Jones Cup. Under a minute remaining and an upset ang magagawa dito ng Kazakhstan against the favored San Miguel Team Pilipinas. But to be fair to them, they deserve this win.
Yes, they really played well, especially from beyond the arc. They practically unstoppable. Napakataas na nilang percentage from the 3-point region. And of course, to top that is the offensive rebounding that frustrated San Miguel Team Pilipinas in tonight's ball game.
Here's Renren Metualo, shoots another 3. And mintis na yan. Ito, the Kazakhstan team will just dribble the time away as they stage a upset against San Miguel Team Pilipinas. So a lot of things to look at para sa ating Philippine national team. A lot of lessons learned, and we hope that madala natin lahat yan, correct our mistakes, and yung mga bagay naman na improve natin, masustain ang ating Team Pilipinas going into that FIBA Asia tournament. But so far, today is not a day para sa ating Philippine national team losing to this youthful but gritty Kazakhstan national team, 107-90 in the final score. And after this tournament, paalala lang po namin, meron pa tayong Four Nation na Manila Invitational Tournament na magsisimula po sa Thursday. And once again, doon po, as you see, si James Yap still limping towards the dugout. So malungkot po itong naging katapusan ng tournament para sa ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas. And ito, na-upset na tayo ng Kazakhstan. And thank you very much sa inyong po pagtutok ng coverage ng ABC ng William Jones Cup. Final score, 107-90, a disappointing loss para sa ating San Miguel Team Pilipinas in their last assignment sa 29 William Jones Cup. Nasurpresa po tayo ng isang gritty Kazakhstan team.
At 61 points in the second half of play para sa Kazakhstan is just too much. We have to, well, if there's a lesson learned, Richard, yun yung depensa natin versus taller and maybe younger players against the San Miguel Team Pilipinas. And of course, yung offense natin, it's not really that bad. It's the 61 points in the second half that spelled our fate in this game.
There have been a lot of pluses na nangyari sa ating Team Pilipinas in joining this tournament, and a lot of negative things also na nangyari. We found out na kaya natin talunin ng Iran, and Jordan is beatable. At well, negative, naging complacent pagka seemingly inferior ang opponent ng ating Team Pilipinas, and those are the things that we have to correct, especially rebounding also is thing that we have to improve on. But definitely progress is in the making para dito sa ating Team Pilipinas.
And especially, Richard, yung dalawang pinag-uusapan natin in Japan and Kazakhstan. Of course, we will meet them in Japan. These are the two teams that hindi naman talaga natin i-scout. Mas i-scout natin yung ibang teams, of course. And, well, yun na nga, to cap it all, we have a 5-4 record.
Okay, Four Nation Manila Invitational Tournament po ang susunod. Thank you very much for watching, mga kaibigan. This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports. Papaalala lang po namin na Manila Invitational will start on Thursday at the San Juan Arena. At laban po ng Syria versus China at 4:30. Then the opening ceremony is at 6:30. San Miguel Team Pilipinas goes up against Lebanon at 7:30. And then on Friday, Araneta Coliseum, Lebanon versus Syria. China versus Philippines at 4 p.m. And July 14th, Saturday, San Juan Arena naman, Lebanon versus China, Syria versus Team Pilipinas. And on Sunday, championship na po. Ako po si Richard De Rosario, basketball my partner Peter Martin. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Patuloy po niyong suportan at pagdasal ang Team Pilipinas.
2007 Jones